Well,
You said this yesterday. You mentioned him briefly.
Norman Lear is dead.
I had to have her talk about him again because I watched this man's shows
Norman
faithfully.
Lear is 101 years old.
And he lived a good life, you guys. 101. That's a blessing.
Lear created or developed some of the most famous comedies in television history, including Sanford and Son, Maude, Good Times, The Jeffersons, One Day at a Time. They didn't mention All in the Family. All in the Family.
That's as big as one.
Norman Lear, the influential television, dominated the American primetime comedy lineup in 1970s and smashed barriers. Now, you talked about, for Good Times, the Black Panthers.
The Black Panthers came at him. And apparently the news was reporting when they was talking to him, they came at you, Norman, and they was a little concerned because they didn't like the storyline of the Good Times.
They didn't like how he was
James being represented as a man and struggling with 2-3 jobs and always getting fired and just the whole thing. And the news person asked him, he said, did that not concern you? Did you want to make a change? And Norman was like, no. He said, what it did do was I started the Jeffersons because I was now showing influential Black family doing very well, moving on up. So he didn't change the plot of the storyline of Good Times because of the threats from the Black Panthers. But he did think in his mind, let me be creative and just create another show.
Right.
That was one of the things I liked about Norman Lear. Yeah, people may, back then, we're laughing at some of the lines that All in the Family would say
now,
that would hurt people.
Now, be politically correct now.
That's mean.
It says here, he took on taboo things such as racism, sexism, the women's liberation movement, anti-Semitism, abortion, homophobia, the Vietnam War, conflict in class, a lot of stuff he did. It says his most lasting creation might be Archie Bunker. Anti-hero at the center of All in the Family. Bunker played by Carol O'Connor, and I think that helped too, because Carol O'Connor did a great job of playing him.
Yeah.
He was cankerous yet tender family patriot who endured himself to millions of viewers despite his regressive views. Mm-hmm. I like that because I feel like people think that humans are one-dimensional.
Right.
We are not one-dimensional. We are more. We can have more than one view. Mm-hmm. We can even have opposing views.
Yeah.
And still have a view, which is weird.
Yeah.
But that's human. Mm-hmm. So I love how he made his characters human.
Yeah.
Archie Bunker was flawed.
Yeah.
He was prejudiced, but he was enduring. Mm-hmm. You knew that his prejudice came out of ignorance.
Yeah.
It didn't come out of, I want to hurt these people.
Exactly.
It came out of, he really, truly was ignorant. Yeah. And George Jefferson was the same exact way.
Exact way. Mm-hmm. There was no difference because they were two different ethnicities.
Exactly. But, some people would get offended by the Jeffersons because George was very mean to the Black and white couple.
Yes, he was. Biracial, interracial couple. Oh my God, the zebra. He called them the zebra couple. People wouldn't take the... And then even on the Good Times episodes, there were a few episodes where James used the N-word.
Right. And then I think it also is, we looked at the time when the person was born. Even now we do that. There's things that I allow somebody older to get away with that somebody younger I don't allow to get away with.
Right.
Or there's things that you're a white person, you might be from a small town, no Black people. I might allow you a little bit more leeway than a white person in Chicago.
Thank you. That's true. Yeah, age kind of plays it off.
Age, race, where you live, all of that, how you grew up, all of that.
And you tend to give more grace for that. Because I know when we were on our cruise, there were a lot of Asian.
90% of the boat was Asian.
But we have to understand, people are still putting Asians all in one group.
And they not.
All Chinese.
Because they was even looking at each other different.
Yes. Yes.
Like they was even looking, you could see the classism and
the levels,
that
everything.
Race, China versus Japan, Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese, Koreans.
Yes.
You could tell how they would even treat each other and how they would even talk to each other or look. I look at the person, they be looking, and I can say, oh, okay, they do how we do.
They stare. And they're different ethnicity, even though they're all Asian. And then it was one thing I forgot I was going to say.
What?
As far as, I lost my train of thought. Never
With
mind.
the Asian people?
No, it was something else I was going to say about that whole thing. Oh, like my sister said, one of the ladies here that was on our welcome committee, she was in her 80s.
Oriental.
We talking now.
You
You're
know
22 years old and you're saying Oriental to an Asian person. Shame on you. Kind of like, and I do get it because we try to be so politically correct. I get it because there's churches that get upset about, oh, we got to be politically correct. No, I'm going to call it out what it is. That's a sin. No, that's wrong to say that.
Again.
No, come on, you guys.
What's your motive?
Wisdom. Yes.
And again, where does it come from? A place of, that's what I said with Archie Bunker.
Yeah.
If it comes from a place of harm or you trying to lower I don't know, whatever it is, if it's a mean spirit place, I don't care if you're in church. It's wrong.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying about people in church, talking about people being gay or Beyonce this and that. What's your motive?
Yeah, why you need to say it? What's the purpose
What's
of
the
that?
motive? She gonna miraculously watch and say, oh, I'm gonna...
You're right, I am that. I'm gonna change.
Or because you saying somebody gay or whatever going to hell, are they supposed to watch you and somehow miraculously come to God because the way you say
because of the love. The love that you're showing.
So that's what I said. What's your intent?
Yeah.
What's your motive?
Thank you.
Why are you saying this?
Oh, God. Is it coming from a place where, even as a believer, to much is given, much is required as a believer?
You can say broad statements without zeroing in on somebody.
Thank you.
You can say, oh, there's so much witchcraft and all kind of stuff going on in Hollywood.
Yes.
Just make sure you stay prayed up.
Thank you.
I'm not saying,
pointing out names. Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying.
There you go. Okay.
But knowing me, I'm going to call it out all the time. That's why I said we couldn't have been back in the days of
we don't like, I can't see abuse.
He would have killed us.
Oh.
Because I'll call you out. I don't care who you are.
I cringe when I hear women tell their stories or men tell their stories where they were abused. I cringe. I cried through Schindler's List.
Yeah.
I don't like Misery. The movie Misery, she's such a good actress.
Right.
I don't like when people are being mistreated or hurt or abused. That's why I don't like hearing about the news with Hamas and what they're doing to the women there. You just start doing this and you're like,
Or I don't like Israel bombing.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. But you're right. God shielded us from a lot of mess.
Shielded us from a lot of stuff.
Okay.
All right. So that's it. Norman Lear.
I had to talk about Norman Lear because I'm still watching Good Times to this day.
You watch all of that.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Norman Lear.
He lived a good life.
101. He looked good though. That's what he looked like towards the end.
Okay.
I don't know if it's real or not.
I think they celebrated, thinking of 100, I want to say Felicia Rashad and Debbie Allen, their mom is 100.
Oh, okay.
They celebrate her birthday or something recently. And she's older like that.
Good.
Look good too.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So that's Norman Lear. Justice Falls say, hey, everybody. Glad to see that you're feeling better.
A little.
Thanks, Justice. You know what, Justice? You Justice told me, the one that said about the clove tea.
Oh.
But she didn't say how much. How much clove? I've got the cloves. I got the lemon juice. I got the cinnamon stick.
Did you not think you did enough of it?
I did the 1 tablespoon of clove per cup of water. I don't know how much lemon juice and how much, or I'm sure one cinnamon stick. But can you give a little bit more information, Justice, on how much cloves, how much lemon juice, and
like the measurements?
Yeah, for each item. For each cup.
Okay.
For each cup.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I tried it. I think I'm going to try it. If you do it, I'm going to put a cinnamon stick in there.
Okay.
I'll do it without the cinnamon stick.
All right.
Okay.
All right. But thanks, Justice, for that. But just give us more information. All right. Everybody knows. Well, not everybody, I guess.
We heard of Howard Stern.